Okay, here we have a man who knows the mentality of gangs. And this next little video series for YouTube channel for Mystery Mika is about gangs and gang mentality. This is like from the 90s. This man worked in that area, so he knows about that kind of stuff. So what do you think is the number one thing gangs look for when they're trying to recruit kids?
Disassociated, those that are looking to have a family, that want to belong to something because of their home life or how they feel, being neglected, people that have been abused, generally seek the kindness of others.
Okay.
You know, it's a bonding. It's a gang. These are my family.
So how would a gang approach, say, a guy like this age? What would a gang say to him? Like, how would he, when would you think he would be a target? When he's outside playing, when he's at school, when they see him in the park? I mean, when would a guy, how long would they watch him before they would say, okay, we're going to get him?
Well, see, gangs don't really, you know, popular opinion is that they approach these kids and they try and take them off the streets and bring them into the fold. No, the majority of the kids that run with gangs or that are in gangs are actively seeking membership with the people that are already in the gang. So if you got a kid that's running the street 10, 11 o'clock at night, he's more likely running with guys that are in a gang. They get to be friends. He gets to get into the organization. You know, I mean, they don't actively seek kids that are doing the right things. Kids that are in school, doing their thing, playing on the lot. It's not like the old commercials where a drug dealer's going to walk up and offer your kids some drugs.
Oh, really?
These aren't the type of people that they want. The kids that are doing what they're supposed to be doing, they don't have any need for being in a gang. They've got a family. They've got a support base.
Okay.
You know, what I'm talking about is the kids that don't have that family, that support base, that love, that nurturement. And they're trying to seek something like themselves that they can hold on to. These are the targets of the gang.
Okay, so basically if the parent is working until 9 o'clock at night and she's calling to check to see who's home and what's going on, and the kid's lonely, then you're talking about that kind of kid just kind of out there.
Latchkey kids. Latchkey kids are high prime targets. They have access to outdoors. They don't have the supervision of the structure. And, I mean, I know it's hard now that, you know, parents are having to work 2 and 3 jobs and don't have the time to be at home and do what's necessary to watch over the children. But that's when they do become targets, when they're left with just a little bit too much freedom, not enough structure.
And so what would you do? What's the best thing for, like, if somebody, as a kid his age, he's 7, if someone said, you know, if they said something to him, what would be the first thing that they might say to him? What would be the first question they might say to him?
First of all, you know, 7, 8 years old, basically they're running with their own little guys. And these guys are usually, they have bigger brothers that are associated with gangs or something like that. And you just start to see the activity, you know, from them going gunning together to smoking their first cigarettes together to hanging out late at night at the schoolyard. You know, and it's, if you're involved with your child, you're going to know a little bit more than most are going to know. You know, people live in denial about it. You know what I'm saying? My kid's a good kid, but yet and still, are you taking your kid to ball games on Sunday? Are you going to his little league practices and ball games? You know, are you spending time talking to your child? The easiest and best way to keep your child from becoming involved in something that can be as negative, there's positive aspects to games, but the majority of what's going on out here is violence. The best way to keep your child uninvolved in that is to be involved with your child. You know, have an open line of communication with your child, so that if he is approached or she is approached, because they're female gangs too, she can come to you and say, "Mommy, well, this is what happened. You know, what should I do?" And then it's up to you as a parent to take it off from there. You know, there's no beating the gang. The gang will beat you. How aggressive you get with dealing with your child beforehand is the better result afterwards.
Because you said they're looking for a family. Kids that get involved in gangs are looking for a family. They're looking for a connection.
They're looking to belong to something because they don't have anything where they're at. So they seek for friendship, fraternal. Just like fraternities. You go to college, you know, you want to be a part of a certain sect, a certain group, because you like what they stand for, or you like what they're doing, or you like the reputation of them. That's how kids become involved in gangs.
But why are gangs so violent? Why do they do these things that are so bloodthirsty? I don't understand that part.
That's a byproduct of an organization that is built on a paramilitary structure. Anytime that you have somebody that has to prove themselves, they have to do deeds that have become very outlandish, because it's like I said, when I was a kid it was happening, you know, it was fist fights, you know, the occasional knife. Now anybody can get a gun and the stakes have risen. Well, if you want to prove that you ain't no pussy, you know, then you got to go out here and shoot this complete total stranger, show your allegiance. You know, cross this line. Let me see if you're this hardcore. So it's just an escalating scale. It's a byproduct of what's going on. That, and then they want to have something on you so that they can keep you there. Once they got you, they want to keep you there. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't have that fall off. It's like they say, once in, always in. You know, this thing about getting jumped in and jumped out, those ain't real gangs. Real gangs don't let you go. You know, you either go out one way or the other. You finally get away or getting away from the situation to the point where you straighten your life out and you can finally find a way to do the things that society would say are right. Or you find yourself in a pine box or jail, which is the equivalent of a pine box now.
Right. Cool. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you all learned something. Bye.